Hey guys, ZeroArmada here. We're going to do a little weapon customization for the assault rifle receiver. Basically, a couple weeks ago there was a patch and they reworked all the mods and the receivers and they did a little balancing. So, just want to get another video out for you guys. Just want to keep in mind that a lot of this stuff is going to be changing probably with new patches. So, a couple months in the future, a lot of this stuff may not be pertinent to the current Blacklight Retribution build or whatnot. So just keep that in mind. We're going to go over 4 builds for each receiver for this video. Assault rifle, like I said, I have 2 builds that are basically what I feel are great weapons for any level. Max level is 30. So max level parts can be like about 28 or 30, so just keep that in mind for the first 2 guns. Last 2 I have everything under level 15 for parts, so that way anyone can really use them. All the newbies and all the new people or anyone under level 15 will be able to use them instead of just, showing off 4 builds that are going to be like max level parts and no one's going to be able to use them. So I just want to have a little variety and have everyone be able to, tweak around with some of the weapons that I'm showing. So first weapon I have is max damage, assault rifle. And basically, for all the new weapons, I feel the best thing to do is maximize damage. And then second thing you would prioritize is minimizing your spread. And then minimizing your recoil would be the third thing. Run speed used to be a factor before, and I don't think it's a factor anymore because it's 10% of your overall run speed. So I kind of just omit that from building guns. So yeah, first gun, max damage. Parts, use level 28 Vulcan Rift. That thing is basically the best muzzle out there for max damage. Barrel, best barrel for damage would be the Armcom Elite X3. Magazine, I used to use a quick clip in the previous video. That thing's pretty much useless now, to be honest, because like I said, run speed's only 10% from your weapon. So I think the viable options you can choose are either, I personally like the quick reload clip or the extended magazine. I think those are 2 of the best. And like I said before, I was using the light or the quick light magazine or whatever you want to call it, and that's, it doesn't give you that much of a difference, and like I said, 10% of a run speed for your overall run speed is not going to really make or break your build. So personally, I think the change that there's a 0.4, basically a 0.4, 0.35 or whatever, there's a 0.4 change in reload time. I think that's really good if you're in like the heat of a battle, so that's something I would use for most of my guns now. Scope, OPRL Reflex-2 Holo, best scope out there. I think personally it's versatile, and like I said, scopes are preference, but I don't want to have like a sniper scope on an assault rifle. I think that's gonna bog you down, and you don't really want to use it unless you're like really far away, because ADS penalizes your walk speed. So you'll be walking like a snail if you're scoped in. So really just use it far away, and it's just a personal thing, pretty much. Stock, I'm still using the Vulcan ACP3 Collapsible. Gives you a modest gain in or reduction in spread, I should say. But it doesn't really break anything else. It's balanced, but it doesn't, it's not breaking any other stat dramatically. So it's balanced in the sense that you still have a good loss in spread without anything else taking a big hit. Weapon tag, I have accuracy. Since weapon damage is already maxed out, you won't get a benefit, so we're going to go with accuracy, which is basically spread. So yeah, that's the first gun I want to show you guys. I'll have all this stuff posted in the description box in terms of the parts list, so you don't have to worry about that. Second gun I have, it's a little bit more of a balanced gun. It's more geared for a low recoil and low spread, and you can really tell if you shoot this gun, you will hit shot for shot. It's pretty dead on accurate. You don't really have to control recoil that much on it. So that's another gun I recommend. I like it. I honestly like it a lot better than this gun. But it's just, like I said, personal preference. Just try them out if you can, and just tell me what you think. Muzzle, use the Vulcan QDS-9, and this will give you probably the best drop in recoil for a balanced. If you want like a balanced gun in terms of recoil and spread. So we're gonna use the Vulcan QDS-9. Like I said, it's probably the best thing for recoil, if I'm right. Yeah. So it's the best. It's the best. Best muzzle for recoil. Barrel, using the AR Night Stalker. Probably the best for balance and spread and damage, I want to say. So that's probably what we're using for that. That's pretty much the main reason we're using that. Magazine, using the quick mag. Scope, preference, I'm using the Reflex 2 Holo. Stock is the same. It's going to be the ACP-3 Collapsible. I think this is pretty much the stock of stocks for spread, personally. Because you can, let's see. Is there anything else that's lower in spread? Yeah, that's probably the best thing for spread. Yeah. So, weapon tag, accuracy again. So, yeah, those are two of this. The highest level part, I think, and this one is 28. Yeah. So, highest level is 28, but everything else is pretty moderately low level. So you can pretty much you can probably slap on a folding CQC/B, and you'll have pretty much an similar gun, except for the recoil doesn't take a big hit. But that's probably the if you want this gun and you're a low level, that's pretty much the only thing you need to change. Okay, next two weapons are gonna be low level. Everything below level 15. This one's spec'd for max damage. Muzzle, we're using the default muzzle, and the thing about the default gun is it's pretty nice. I mean, it's pretty beastly as it is. So a lot of the parts on the default gun are surprisingly good. And this is the best muzzle for damage for everything below level 15. So that's what we're using for this gun. Barrel, we're using the Briar Composite LBIV. Gives you a great, it's probably the best damage for everything below level 15, if I'm correct. And still gives you a moderate spread. So, magazine, quick mag. Like I said, low level, it's level 1, so pretty much already set there. Scope, preference. Luckily, the Reflex 2 Holo is level 15, so we're using that. Stock, best stock for minimal spread would be the V2 folding CQC/B for everything below level 15. So we're going for max damage and minimal spread. Like I said, max damage and minimal spread and minimal recoil is probably the best way to go about building weapons, so that's why I chose that stock. Because if you can control recoil, I don't think that's going to be more of a problem. You're really more concerned about what angle the bullets are going to spread about. If you have lower spread, the bullets are going to be a lot more predictable, so that's pretty much the reasoning behind that. Tag, you can do accuracy, you can do damage. I personally prefer accuracy. So yeah, that's that gun right there. And then the last and final gun I have for you for the assault rifles is it's spec'd primarily for low spread, but it also takes into account low recoil. I don't really regard damage that much in this gun. So muzzle, we're using the Vulcan R36 Spectrum, and that gives you probably the least amount of spread out of all these muzzles. I think there's one more that gives you the similar spread, but it gives you more spread max instead of spread aim, if I'm correct. But yeah, anyways, barrel, using the Vulcan Stalker 1T6, and that gives you probably the best spread out of the rest of the barrels out there. Magazine, quick clip again. Scope, we're using the OPRL Reflex 2 Holo again. Stock, we're using the CQC/B. Like I said previously, it's the best for the spread, so that's pretty much the reason we're using it. Weapon tag, accuracy, and that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer anything for you. But these are personally, I think these are the best guns for most situations. Run speed isn't a factor, like I said, anymore. Range, you really aren't that concerned about it. But yeah, assault rifle is pretty much the versatile gun, anyways. So hope that helped you guys out, and you should check out the other videos for other builds for other receivers. Thanks.